Welcome back into another episode of the Personal Foul Podcast. I'm your host, Colton Gesser. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the hell are you, sir?
I'd be a little bit better if Mr. Garrett Cole wasn't getting in Tommy John surgery, but we'll get into that in a little bit. How are you today?
Me, I'm swell. I am
That's
swell. Can't really complain here.
We got a big show here today. A lot of football news. I didn't think we were gonna, but a lot of moves being made. And what did I say to you last week? You laughed at me. Remember when you laughed at me when I said it? It looked like it might be coming to fruition. You know, your quarterback's going to be. Say it. Say it.
What? Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, you're fine with it. You weren't last week though when I was mocking it, but today you're fine with it. By the way, Eagle fans, what the hell's going on here? You're letting Colton over here pick up Darius Slay off the wire. Did you like that move, Colton?
I mean, he's a 34-year-old corner. I guess it's all right.
Just all right. Wow, the Eagle fans love him. If these Eagle fans ever come on here, they're going to start giving you the bad mouth.
He's 34. It's like people forget the guy's old.
Do you see him having a bad year in Pittsburgh?
I wouldn't be surprised if he does. That's kind of the Steelers' thing, is bringing the old washed-up corner back and hope it works. It's a Steelers' way, and that's where they're at. So
the Eagles also trade. Why did I lose you? Oh. What happened? You there, Colton? You went dark on me. Well, I guess I got to take care of the show then right now. Oh, since Colton went MIA. Well, let's go over the moves that were made, the big moves. So, biggest move, obviously, Sam Darnold. He went over to Seattle for 3 years, $100 million. The other move Seattle made, which once again involves Colton, is that Colton gets DK Metcalf now, but he had to pay $150 million for him, which I'm sure he's not too happy about. But that's football for you. I have no idea if this is me or if this is Colton. So it's just like it's all me by myself. Oh, my goodness. Colton, where are you? Is it true? Is this going to be the Phil Sitta show now? Is this what we're about? Let me give you a call here, Colton. Let me see what happened here. Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh, he's calling, but he's not answering. Did he lose everything? Did everything go down on Colton? Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Well,
your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Went to
The
his
person
voicemail.
You're trying to reach is not available.
Oh, he's not
At the tone,
available
Please.
because everything went down. Oh, my goodness. And he texts me, your Wi-Fi blows. And yet here he is. He's not answering his phone. He's not on the show. Oh, my God. I hope you enjoyed that Devils game last night. Boy, to throw the show off once again. Terrible, terrible job. All right. So since I'm flying solo here, I'll have to take care of the rest of the show myself. Let me clear my throat. Since I mentioned Garrett Cole here in the beginning of the show, let's throw the spotlight here onto Brian Cashman. So Garrett Cole last year missed a good part of the year. He had a hurt elbow. It was recommended last year to get Tommy John surgery. Well, he pushed through it. You know, he got to the end of the year. Aaron Boone, in the World Series, only used him for 56 pitches in game one and then pulled him because, he's got to save him for this year. And then what happens in the spring training game? He blows his elbow. What happens? Cashman re-signs him. Cole, he opts out. Good for him. Opts out. Gets himself another $150 million more and then blows his elbow. Brian Cashman, you are the worst GM anyone has ever seen at any time. You are an absolute atrocity. I cannot believe how bad you are. It is, you've designed this franchise so piss poorly. You've made mistake after mistake after mistake. And what happens? You got Cole out for the year. Oh, is Colton coming back? Do we have a Colton signing? I tried calling him. He's gone again. Oh, I see a dial. Is he coming back? Do we have Colton? No Colton again. It says I'm live here, so I'm assuming I'm still on the show. Oh, my God. This is quality podcasting here at its finest. Well, anyway, back to the Yankees. I don't see them doing well this year. You lose Heel for at least 3 months, and you might as well just shelve him right now. You might as well just give him the damn surgery and get him ready for 26 because the Yankees are toast. You have no Heel. You have no are you back?
My laptop has died on me. So we're
Your laptop has died.
Laptop has kicked the bucket. We are indeed live, so don't worry, folks. I'm here. Phil's here. Go ahead, continue on the Yankees.
Thank God I had to take care of the show. Why didn't you answer my phone call?
Because I was trying to get it onto my phone. That's why. My laptop has crapped the bed here. So I was like, we got to get the show back on the road. So how about we go on my phone? We'll get it on this way. And here we are, Phil.
Good work.
We're back live. We will figure out the laptop as the show goes on. But hey, we're back live. And yes, I can't believe we're already talking Yankees this early before football. But that is my fault, I think, by dying and crashing out. So I will let you continue on about the Yankees for now before we switch off to the football. And by the way, I heard you shit talking about the Devils. Yeah, at least we win, unlike your shitty Islanders.
Hey, I was going to get into hockey in a little bit. We're going to go over the trade deadline with that as well. We'll focus on baseball right now. I'm almost done with this disaster of the Yankees. And, hello, John. Hello, Tyler. No, we're not talking John Cena this week. So the Yankees, we have no Stanton. We have no Heel. We have no Cole. We have nothing. Rodon has been an absolute disaster in spring training. You might as well just tank the season right now as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, they're going to win some games. Are they going to make a wild card? Yeah, maybe 7th place. Baltimore, I would like to put them ahead of the Yankees, but, man, they have no starting pitching. I don't know how they're going to do it. They signed all these bats in the offseason. They don't need bats. They needed starting pitching. They let Burns go. I don't understand what the hell Baltimore's doing. Boston, they're a wild card. They have a couple of pieces. I don't see them really making headway. Toronto, once again, the whole black cloud of Vlad over them. I don't see anything Toronto. They're another 80-win team, 85-win team. I just don't. I mean, the Yankees should win the division by default, but they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. It's a sad, sad year for baseball to start already. I'm very disappointed in our GM. He's an absolute train wreck. He doesn't make these small little pieces like other teams do to get good starting pitching. We're supposed to have this vaunted system, yet we don't see anybody year after year after year. It's tiresome. The only good thing I can say about the Yankees is that we're not the Mets. Thank God for that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate Garrett Cole going down, and it doesn't surprise me. The season's over. I don't have to get myself all excited now. For disappointment anyway. This team sucks. They don't file out the pitching staff. So now they pretty much isolated Marcus Stroman to, oh, hi, Marcus. We kind of need you again. Hey, you want to pitch for us? So nice job by the Yankees on that one.
I mean, he's the number 4 starter now. You still need a 5th starter.
Correct. Yeah, they're done, Phil. So I know you're a big Yankee guy. You can pump the brakes on this season. So they suck.
I already did. It came to a screeching halt. A screeching halt. Kind of like John Mayer in the woods. That's how fast this came to a stop. Awful. Awful season already.
Before we make the transition.
So you want to segue into football now?
No, I was going to mention, you mentioned the shitty Mets, by the way. Did you see that they're doing a docu-series on the signing of Juan Soto? What a shitty, terrible, bum franchise to have to do a docu-series about signing Juan Soto. Congratulations, Mets. When you don't win the National League pennant this year and you made a docu-series about signing a free agent, oh boy. I hope you're ready for the dark clouds and the shitstorm that's coming your way when this falls on your face, you bums. Oh, Juan Soto. Let's make a docu-series about Juan Soto. Okay. Good luck to you, New York Mets. So
And I can't wait till he starts off in April, batting 120, no home runs, 1 RBI, and the Mets are already 7 games under. They're going to fall faster than Tyler Granado's fantasy baseball team. The hell with your list, Tyler. I will say this about the Mets. The Met fans have more hope this year than usual. They've signed the biggest free agent in years. The problem with the Mets is they still have no starting pitching. The Yankees, with all their injuries, still have better starting pitching than the Mets. The Marlins have better starting pitching than the Mets. The Phillies obviously have better starting pitching
Well, the
than
Marlins
the Mets.
don't. They got rid of Sandy Alcantara, I believe, didn't they?
No, Alcantara's back. He's pitching for the Marlins. That's why they have better pitching than the Mets. Now, the Marlins will probably trade him at some point this year. But they'll, they as of right now, they have better starters. The Mets, they're going to have a lot of softball games. That's what their scores are going to be. A lot of 10-8 games. I see a lot of that in Shea Stadium this year. Or, excuse me, Shitty Field. Pardon myself. It's not Shea Stadium anymore. But, yeah, there's going to be a lot of softball games there in Flushing. And that's where they deserve to be, flushed down the crapper. You stink Met fans, especially you, Chad Franelich.
And don't forget the old great John Mayer. Mets suck.
Oh, the hell with John Mayer and Mark Vientos. Another fraud.
Having a bad spring, Mark Vientos. But yes, we will now transition ourselves to the NFL. Free agency's been kind of boring, to be honest. It's been very boring. Hasn't been any ginormous splashes.
Boring?
Yeah, it's been very boring. There's not been a lot of big splashes. And if you think there
DK
are,
Metcalf?
sure, great. Like, I don't think there's a lot of big splashes in free agency this year, like there usually is. Like, you thought Myles Garrett was a lock. I go, what franchise is he going to turn around and push them into a contender? Nope. He stays. $40 million for Myles Garrett. Sure, Steelers get DK Metcalf. I'm excited. I got 2 knucklehead receivers now. I have 2 emotional receivers in the same locker room. Oh, wonderful. Oh, by the way, as you mentioned, who's throwing the football? Because
Aaron Rodgers.
Right now, it's Skylar Thompson. So I don't know what the hell the Steelers are doing. Just go
Skylar
back
Thompson, he went there?
Yeah. He's
Oh, my God. You
right
have our
now.
trash?
Yeah, we got your trash.
Oh, my God. That guy's so bad.
Yeah, and you got the Jets trash.
He looks like a puppet out there trying to throw a football.
And you got the Jets trash and Zach Wilson. So I guess we're all picking up.
Oh, I'd rather have Wilson and Thompson. My God.
I know. Well, that's quarterback 1 right now. Skylar Thompson, baby, till the Steelers
Yeah,
decide
Aaron
to do
Rodgers
something.
will be getting a big contract to go there this year, without a doubt. Because there's really no other quarterbacks left, right?
Correct. Daniel Jones goes off to Indy. Geno Smith clearly gets traded earlier in the season, in the offseason to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Jets with a nice, interesting move with Justin Fields going there on a 2-year deal. And the big free agent splash would be the Seattle Seahawks getting Sam Darnold on a friendly contract, might I add. $33 million for Sam Darnold to Seattle.
That's a friendly contract, $33 million for 3 years.
Yeah, I don't think for what quarterbacks are getting paid. I mean, the Steelers might be paying over $30 million for 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but he's still going to have a better year than
I don't know about that.
Darnold will. Darnold was a product of the system last year. If you recall, in our very first episode, I said how great that the Vikings were going to be last year, and you
sure did
all over me. You know why? Because I'm the genius. That's why. The genius speaks. People listen. But Darnold was a product of that system. Now, I did like him going over to Seattle because you have Walker, you have Charbonnet for running backs, you have Smith-Njigba now. I mean, they cut Lockett, so they better find a couple of other wide receivers for Darnold to be decent again. But the difference between Minnesota and Seattle is that offensive line. Seattle had one of the worst offensive lines. I mean, they were just a tad better than Miami's last year. Minnesota had a great offensive line. And I think that's going to be the difference. I think you're going to see, Darnold's not much of a scrambler. I think that's going to, rule the roost. But he did get a guaranteed contract, so good for him. But, yeah, DK Metcalf, he is a Pittsburgh Steeler now. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, Sunday's going to be so great in Steeler Nation. I can't wait to see you crying with Darius Slay giving up a touchdown every other play and DK Metcalf and George Pickens dropping passes all the time. Because there's going to be Skylar Thompson throwing to him. Oh, drama in the court. Drama in the court.
Oh, you're such an ass clown.
I think the best free agency so far has to go to the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson doing the old NFC North thing, bringing Detroit to Chicago, building up the offensive line. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought it was a smart move. I mean, Detroit had a wealth of players. They can't sign everybody. You might as well take them and bring them over. And it looks like we lost Colton again. Oh no, he just switched sides. He has to go back to his dominant side, I guess. Oh, and you have all the crappy Steelers stuff behind you again. Lucky us. Are you back on your computer?
You're such an asshole.
Are you done mind tripping us today? I feel bad for the people who are on LSD here. They're like, oh my God, what's going on here today?
Oh, you're terrible.
I'm not terrible. I carried the show while you were out. That's right.
Yeah, for a whole 2 minutes, and I think we lost a lot of viewers while that
We
happened,
gained.
so.
It was the highest rated portion of this series ever. Yeah, your Cowboys have done nothing there, Tyler. Although they did make a trade a little while ago. I forget who they traded for. They got somebody from Buffalo. They gave up 2 firsts. Oh, Elam, the cornerback Elam, which would say actually needed. I think they give up a 5th and a 7th for him. So, yeah, way to go, Dallas. Way to save your money for nothing as usual. You better get Gentry in the draft or that team is done. You got to rely on the draft. There's no free agency. Quick question for you, Mr. Colton. Where do you see Cooper Kupp going now that he's getting cut by the Rams?
I have no idea. Cooper Kupp has not been the same guy in a few years now. I don't know where Cooper Kupp ends up.
I see him in the Patriots. They need a receiver so bad.
They do need a receiver very badly. It makes sense. I mean, like, it makes way too much sense. Do they end up doing it? That was the other question.
Well, it is New England, so, who knows what the hell's going to happen over there.
But yes, Darius Slay also goes to the Steelers. DeMarcus Lawrence is one of the more recent moves, as well as he heads from Dallas to Seattle.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Yes.
It's a good move for Seattle. They're having an addition by subtraction offseason. Good for them.
Evan Ingram to the Broncos on a 2-year contract.
That bum. What about Bosa? What do you think of Joey Bosa?
Always hurt Joey Bosa? Oh,
yes,
yes.
Always hurt Joey Bosa. I can't wait for him to play on that cold, hard turf. He'll be out the end of September. He'll be done for the rest of the year. Von Miller retired, by the way. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yes. So they brought in Bosa, who's almost semi-retired pretty much.
He sure is. Also, Marcus Mariota returns to Washington. Did you see Russell Wilson on his way to Cleveland for a visit?
For a visit, yes. Not signed. That should be very interesting.
I wonder if that's Russ's agent poking the bear with the Steelers. Like, oh, you're gonna wait for Mr. Ayahuasca to finally make his decision, and you're gonna leave Russ. Okay, you think that's Cleveland, or you think that's the agent messing with the Steelers? Because that's what I think it is.
Oh yeah, obviously he's trying to make the most money for his client, and you're not a good agent if you're not trying to play games like that. Obviously, I would do something like that as well. It's all about the cashola. There's no loyalty in football. All these guys that say, oh, yeah, I want to go play for warm weather. I want to go play for a winter. And what happens? You got guys like Myles Garrett re-signing with the Browns, staying in cold weather, losing. Because it's all about the cash. It's all about money. It's all about that guaranteed money. You know who's not going to get guaranteed money? Anybody on the Jets, because you got Justin Fields as your quarterback. And you think it's a good move? That's such a terrible move. The Jets stink. Garrett Wilson, he's going to have Justin Fields thrown to him. His stock drops in every fantasy league. Stay away from Garrett Wilson. Bum. Huge bum now. Like all the Jets.
He was throwing to him at Ohio State. I think Garrett Wilson's more than happy to have his running.
At Ohio State against Rutgers. Big deal. I could do that.
Man, Phil likes. I guess we'll have to start doing videos on this channel, and I'm gonna have Phil doing a throwing contest and see how far his noodle arm throws it.
Oh, I could throw further than you. I'm a softball champion. Don't you?
How much you want to bet I could throw a football farther than you?
Even with this bone sticking out of me, I can still throw one farther than you. Why? Because I'm the genius.
How much you want to bet I'll throw a football farther than you?
I don't have time for this nonsense right now.
Oh, why won't you answer?
Because It's a show. Nobody wants to hear about you throwing the football. Why don't you go throw your sack around and fix your laptop over there?
Oh, Phil.
You know why your laptop went down? All the gay
Phil
porn
won't
that you're
say.
watching on there. It finally went to hell.
Phil won't say. Go figure. Phil,
Sorry,
all bark, no bite sitta. It's like a little chihuahua, this Phil sitta. Go figure.
All right.
Oh, God. So, yes, I think the winner so far of free agency would be the Chicago Bears building up their offensive line. Minnesota building up their defense, by the way. If J.J. McCarthy can have himself a good season, Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen bulking up that interior to go with Dallas Turner in Minnesota. So that defensive front is very formidable there now with the additions of Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave from the 49ers.
That's a hell of a defensive front right there.
Well, I mean, it looks like they're building it the Eagles way. Build it from the front. Build it from the interior.
The lines, then go from there. But you're going to have a rookie quarterback. That's going to be the big issue. Is he going to be healthy? He missed the whole year. I mean, it's nice having Justin Jefferson as your wide receiver. He'll fix a lot of mistakes. But the Vikings should be a very good – I mean, that NFC North, that's going to be loaded this year. They're going to beat the hell out of each other because the Bears are going to be better. Detroit's still – upper echelon as far as I'm concerned, because you're going to have Hutchinson back. You know, the Vikings with their moves, and Green Bay, you know, they haven't made any moves, but you know, they're still going to be a decent team. It's very, very good division.
Indeed it is. So you mentioned hockey. We'll end the show there because there's really no more NFL news to bring up as of now. See what happens when it goes into next week. So Phil, what hockey news you want to talk about, Phil? Because I know your friggin' Islanders suck. Devils 2 in a row. Ovechkin chasing history. What else you got from me, Phil?
Yeah, Ovechkin. What's he? I think he's 18 away from breaking Gretzky's record, which I hope he does. And I don't want to hear about how Ovechkin had needed 2,000 more shots. The goalies, they're all walruses today. You know, back in Gretzky's day, all they had was a face mask and a pad on. That was pretty much it. You know, the goals were so much easier today. Brodeur, he had to come out with all this armor on him, and then the whole game changed. That's why Brodeur's a fraud, by the way. Don't ever forget that. But I did like the trade that the Islanders made. They traded Brock Nelson. They got what's his name? Callum Ritchie. They got him back, so he's obviously the number one prospect in their system now because Lamoriello hasn't been able to draft for crap the past few years. But I'm glad they made that move. I can't believe they kept Lee, and I can't believe they kept Paul Murray. The Devils, you know, say what you want. Yeah, they won 2 in a row, but Hughes is done for the year. So I don't want to hear anything about them. The Rangers stink. Terrible loss last night in Winnipeg, by the way. That's too bad. The Islanders go out and dominate the Jets. And what the hell did the Rangers do? They fold like a lawn chair like the Rangers always do. They stink. As for the Flyers, local hockey, it's terrible around here this year. Not good. Not good. I mean, but it doesn't matter because Florida traded for Marchand, and they're going to win the Stanley Cup again anyway. That's my bottom line on that. I don't see anybody. It's going to be Florida and probably Edmonton again. Maybe the Kings. Maybe the Kings will slip in. I don't know. We'll see. That Western Conference is loaded, though. I do want to end on the NBA, though, because we didn't really touch on this too much. Nikola Jokic, 30-20-20 down there. I actually watched it live. That was a hell of a performance. I mean, my God, this guy had like gashes all over his arm because they're beating the hell out of him. And he's just throwing these beautiful passes, and he's making shots, and he's shooting threes, and he looked like me out there. That's how good he looked. That was a historic, impressive performance. And by the way, my Nets beat your Lakers the other night. Your Lakers stink. You guys are going to go from the 2 seed to the 9th seed. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be stuck in the play-in game, and you're going to be one and done. And I can't wait to see that, you and your Fakers fans. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Well, Phil continues. I still, some odd reason, continue to let Phil's drunk ass on the show and have no idea what he's talking about as he puts on his clown hat yet again. It is going to be in the comments for our March Madness bracket. We'll go over the tournament next week as March Madness and the big conference tournaments start this week. So again, tune in for our show next week as we go over the March Madness bracket and continue into March and see if there's any more big NFL news. Phil's got me out here stumbling and bumbling because I don't know what comes out of this guy's mouth half the time. But yes, our show will be in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook. So make sure you join our bracket challenge where you get a 30-pack of beer because Phil's going to whine if you pick Surfsides.
Beer. Let's drink like men. Beer.
Beer for the men apparently. So
now I'll tell you what, I'll make an exception. If the lovely Christina wins, I'll get her Surfsides.
Don't worry, Christina. He'll get you 15 and then forget he can't afford another. So
no. You know what? If Christina wins, she gets a case.
How about that? Oh, a case. Whoa.
I'll get Christina a case because she's going to need it marrying your dopey ass. That's for damn sure.
So again, I'm Colton. That's Phil. Make sure you check the comments for our bracket challenge. Fill out your bracket. Selection Sundays this week. Again, we'll be back again next week. Appreciate everyone for tuning in.
That's right. And we're going to go over my picks next week because I'm going to win it all.